Hello, everybody. My name is Luigi Scarcelli. Welcome to my show, Friday PM. We had a great show for you tonight. Tonight we're here with Blake Wright, great young actor. How you doing, Blake?
Good. I'm very glad to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about your background, where you're from. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Washington County, Maine, in a town called Columbia. I grew up there. I went to Narraguagus High School, the edge of the world, as they call it.
Right.
I was an athlete growing up. I played basketball and soccer and gymnastics, and kind of fell into film later in my life when I was a student at Husson University. And the New England School of Communications is connected to Husson, so I got started acting there, doing just short films and student projects, and here I am now. Fast forward 6-7 years later.
So at 19, was there a thing that, like a spark, like was there a day that they put a poster up and said, here, we're looking for folks for a play? How does a class, how did you get into it?
Well, to be honest, I was kind of lost as a student at 19, and just like a lot of students are, going to business school, and I love film. And growing up in Washington County, you're alone a lot of the time. Long winters, you got to drive a long way. NESCOM was there, and I saw the Star Wars film, Force Awakens. They cast a bunch of no-name actors.
Right.
Essentially, they were doing stuff, but I didn't know that they were doing anything.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, like, I love storytelling. I love movie making. I got to do this.
Right.
And they had flyers up. I just started doing student projects, and that's kind of how I got into it. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So this was, you had said that you're about 19. You bounced from there. I think you went to North Carolina to study acting. Let's hear a little bit about that time.
Well, I went to Charlotte, North Carolina. I started acting with Linda Ann Watt. She has Charlotte acting and Atlanta acting.
Yeah.
She specializes in method, and I think she's teaching now, but I'm not sure, for a university down there. But
yeah.
She showed me the basics, more or less, and I was a studio member for nearly a year, and then when the pandemic hit, I started continuing with her again on Zoom, and we just kept working after that. Yeah.
So you said it was a lot more method acting. That was kind of like, and method, for those who don't know it, this is where you really get involved in becoming the character.
Yeah.
It's not about trying to, learn the lines the most or recite. It's really trying to involve yourself in the character.
Right.
What if you had to sum up how you feel about method or what that meant to you, what would you say?
Psychologically connecting to the character and letting that impact you on a physical level, metaphysical level. You kind of feel you embody the character, starting with your thoughts. That influences the body, that influences the action. Right,
so it is really to get inside the character's head. So there's a lot more research,
Yep.
kind of trying to understand who the character is. Do you find that in that sense, do you find that you prefer playing the villainous characters or the heroes? Or, I mean, sometimes people there's more to delve into with the villain than the hero.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
Yeah.
I love characters that have internal conflict that is connected to relationships. I'm really fond of the dynamic of siblings, and I'm really fond of a father-son dynamic. I think that's my favorite to play. I know it sounds cliche, but it's what I like right now.
And right now, you're still young enough to play the son more often, but when you get older, you might be playing the father in some of these films.
Yeah.
So at early 20s, you're out there, you decide to come back to Maine.
Yep.
This was pre-pandemic, yeah? So 2016, 17, 18? Yeah.
2017, I come back to Maine. I was trying to, figure out my next step as an actor, so I moved back to Maine. I went to USM, and I had a great education at the University of Southern Maine. I met one of my mentors, Andrew Harris, along with Linda, really showed me how to act. I was one of those guys that didn't want to do theater.
Right.
I was going to do film only, but Andrew showed me that, there's magic on stage.
Film is exciting. Film is actually, in the making of film, it's actually really boring. It's long days, sitting around waiting for little bits and pieces. Theater is the opposite. It's incredibly nerve-wracking. It's super stressful, but it's really right in there at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's almost like an addiction, and you have to get that bug But once you get it, you get hooked on it, and it might be how you feel, or
Film is a director's medium.
Right.
Stage is an actor's medium.
exactly. You'd said that you'd had an opportunity to be in a lot of different interesting things over the pandemic. It didn't completely slow you down that much.
I was very blessed to work during the pandemic. I worked way more in the pandemic than I did before. I just got lucky, I think, more or less, and we were safe, and here we are today.
Right, right. I think you were teaching other actors and helping them along. Is that kind of a thing that you like to do as well, to kind of pay it forward?
On the side, I have a small company called Real Shorts. I partner mostly with Henry Riley, another filmmaker here in Maine, and we write original scripts and produce original short films for actors. So if any actor is watching this and wants to get a hold of me, please, and we can go from there. And I just love working with actors and helping them out.
So let's talk about what we were going to talk about as well, which is a movie that you guys just finished with the Winter Film Festival. There's a very interesting backstory to all of that. So let's kind of start from the start. You meet Rob Nixon. That's the gentleman who you and he have participated in a lot of films together. Yeah. And that was several years ago for the first film that you guys did with one of these festivals. Yeah. And did really well.
Yeah.
What was going on with that?
I met Rob in 2020.
Yep.
And he reached out to have me act in the 48-hour project. And this was the first film that I did in the pandemic. It was an amazing experience. And we just teamed up with a lot of other great filmmakers in the state. And we just hit it off, and we've been like a band ever since.
So the first film you guys did was, you said it was Wrong Lanes, right? And I think a lot of local folks had heard about it, got some good press. It was a kind of a heist movie. It had the bowling element to it. I had happened to have read about it in the newspaper. So let's hear a little bit about that first film, and then we'll start talking about the newer films too.
Well, Wrong Lanes was 48-hour film project.
Yeah.
Our genre was fish out of water or comedy. Yeah. So we combined the two. Essentially, I'm playing a character who meets this rough dad. Yeah. I'm in love with her daughter. Yeah. We have to break the news that she's pregnant. Oh. So Dad's a hustler. He's drinking beer, bowling, and I'm a bank teller. Right. And he nabs my keys. We gotta get the money and get out of there, and we get away with it.
You get away with it.
We do.
And so this film, again, I was surprised that this was a film that I had heard about. I mean, you guys, didn't you win Maine's best film in the 48-hour film festival?
We were in the Boston.
At Boston, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we were in the Boston division of this 48-hour film project, which was an awesome experience. We got to see so many films from Boston and Massachusetts, and we were the only film from Maine. Yeah. And for the Maine team to go and win that was pretty sick. Yeah,
that's great. And so this starts out the partnership with yourself and Rob Nixon, and then your girlfriend is Mariah.
Yep.
And she was in even this first film with you guys.
She was.
And then you guys had a second film that also had Lee Nelson and his wife, Cindy Nelson in it. Yeah. And that was over the summer. Yeah. So that leads us to just, I think, like a month ago. You guys were in the Winter Film Festival. It was pretty well promoted here in Maine. I think what we should do is, because it was a very exciting film, and we have it here, let's see the film. We'll come back on the other side and talk about what I think will be very exciting to the audience is the process of what goes into making one of these films. You had to make it in 72 hours?
Correct, 72 hours.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. We'll come back. We'll talk about how does a group of folks make a movie in that short amount of time? What's it like? And we'll talk some more. Thanks a lot, Blake.
Thank you.
All right.
No one should have been out on a night like this.
Door is open. Come on. You're okay. You're okay. Come on. It's your fault because you never look left. I'm picking up your slack. I don't care if you're picking up my slack.
Hey, open the door. We need some air. Right here. You're good.
Babe.
You're good.
Baby.
Look, let me see. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
it's a scratch. It's nothing.
Okay.
Right?
Let me get in here,
look
man.
At me. Look at me. Hey, go get the med kit. Look at me. You're okay. You're fine. Say I'm fine.
I got the kid.
Say it like you mean it.
I'm fine.
Move. Do your job.
You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay.
Hey, so I said open the
No
door.
pressure. Hey, it's all right. I'm here.
Come on.
Baby, it's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's okay. Everything's
How
gonna
did
be.
this happen, Dad? Jack, how did it?
A lot of mistakes were made. I'm sorry, but you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right.
You said.
Oh hell yeah. I was bagging shit up, and a bullet went right by my head.
The rent-a-cop had a gun.
Will you let me work on her? Hey, babe.
I don't trust Ace.
Quinn, I don't trust Ace either, but that doesn't matter right now. We need to get you some help. Look at you. No, you're not fine.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna call 911, babe. I'm gonna do
Don't.
it. Baby, I love you.
Don't.
Hey, princess.
Hey, Dad. Dad?
Yeah?
Am I gonna make it?
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Remember when you're 12 years old and we broke into Funtown at night during that nor'easter?
Yeah.
And we walked all the way up that water slide and you were so scared. I told you were gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, you did.
You had the time of your life.
I did.
You trusted me then.
Yeah.
You trust me now?
Yeah.
Say you trust me.
I trust you.
Guys, we got company. Hey, Sheriff, how are you?
Hey, Kay. How are you?
I'm good. Just hibernating the storm away.
All right, we just got a 911 call. I'm just checking to see if everyone's okay.
Yeah, we're all good here. Anyone call 911?
No, sorry, it was me, Sheriff. My butt dialed you.
It's all good. Happens to the best of us. I'm sorry to disturb you.
Sorry. Hey, we're cooking breakfast for dinner. Want to grab a plate?
That sounds,
You want some bacon?
You know what? I just forgot. Janine made dinner. You know me and meatballs.
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you all.
No worries.
Have a good night.
Thanks for coming by.
He called the freaking cops.
Stop.
He called the freaking cops.
Phone.
I didn't make the call.
You screwed up, man.
I didn't make the
Unlock it.
Get your hands off me. Next time you touch me, you're a dead man. You know that?
He didn't make the call.
Ha! Didn't make the call. How we know you didn't make the call?
You can delete the call history.
What are you doing? Hey!
Freeze! They got a gun! It's not what it looks like. They shot my daughter and held us hostage. Please help her. Please. Please help her. Oh, God.
I should have never trusted him.
Hey, everybody, we're back. We're talking to Blake Wright. It was a great film. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
And so the crazy part about this is you guys did this whole thing in 72 hours.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a lot of time, and you don't have any time to figure this out beforehand, right? You
No.
have to come up with it. So let's go through the process. I think a lot of the viewers who are filmmakers, who aren't filmmakers alike, they'd want to know, okay, how does this work? So what do they do? You enter the contest, and you find them on a Friday and go from there. Tell me what happens.
Well, the festival started Thursday night at 8 p.m. and we had the chance to draw 2 different genres. We chose action, and we just brainstormed all night. We didn't go to bed till 3 in the morning, Luigi. It was crazy. We stayed up until 3, got up at 7. Then the next day we began filming, and we filmed in our cabin location. So the film's a heist film, obviously.
Right.
That's the steakhouse.
Yeah.
And we had to coordinate with Ryan Richards, who had the Grove facility, and we couldn't get in there until Saturday, and we were only in there for 2 hours, so we had to make our time count.
Right.
But after principal photography was done around noon on Saturday, we went right into the editing process and finished it right up until 7 p.m. on Sunday night, and it was due at 8 p.m., so we had a little bit of time to spare.
So it was that tight, and it was getting all of that accomplished in that amount of time. And tell me about the team. So we talked a little bit about who was involved, and I think it'd be interesting just to know a little more about each of those folks.
Well, Rob and I, again, we co-directed the project. Rob's a great actor and a filmmaker in the Maine, in Maine as well.
Right.
Mariah starred in it. Mariah LaRock, she's Miss Maine and actress, singer.
Yep.
Joseph Wright, who is my cousin, came on the team. He's a hip-hop artist as well as an actor.
Okay.
Nathaniel Igo, an actor, and he's with Durgo as well, came on the team.
Okay.
And that was our talent. And we had Ronnie Clement do audio, Tom McPherson do lighting, Ethan Levesque, he's in Bangor. He's a great filmmaker up there. He was on the team as well and kind of was the in-unit producer.
Okay. Yeah.
And Angie, she has a great eye.
She won the best editing.
She did.
Yep.
She won the best editing at the Winter Film Challenge.
Film Challenge, yeah, exactly. So would you guys work together again? I assume that this
100%.
is a very great gang. So it sounds like you're also working on a lot of other projects as well on your own. I think you have a couple of feature-length movies. You're working on ideas. What's going on with that?
I have one feature film that's coming out next summer that I was cast as the leading actor in.
Okay.
Details will be out this
right.
summer.
Yeah.
My short film, The Hunting Trail, with Henry Riley frequent collaborator.
Yeah,
Co-produced, and I starred in it. He directed.
yeah.
Essentially, it was just us 2 days in the woods of Maine making this story about a lost hunter just trying to get over his internal demons, and he has an accident.
I think you do have a trailer that we can watch for the hunting trail. So let's take a look at the hunting trail. We'll talk a little bit about that as well, because that's coming up. So this is the 2-minute trailer to the hunting trail. We'll watch that, and we'll talk about what goes into making a film like that as well.
I can't remember how it happened exactly. You did this. You.
We're back here with Blake. So tell me about doing the hunting trail. This was a very cinematic. We saw the trailer, the actual 20-minute film. You know, we can't give away too much about what happens in it, but it's very cinematic. There's a lot of shots that go on. I mean, what was that process of filming like? It sounded like you really got into the deep with it.
I came up with the story years ago about a hunter who just, again, I'm not going to get into too many details.
Right. Don't spoil it.
Essentially, we wanted to go with a film that didn't rely on dialogue, but we loved Taylor Sheridan, director of Yellowstone and 1883. To go with that style of big landscape, and Maine's a beautiful state, so we thought that this would be a great opportunity to go in that direction. 172 Hours with James Franco,
Right.
All Is Lost with Robert Redford, The Revenant, kind of inspirations for this film.
That was also, though, an idea that I think you originally conceptualized it, and he helped you flesh it out.
Yeah, the story, I came up with the story a few years back. Henry took the liberty of taking the treatment that I had and wrote the whole script.
Right.
He went on the full producer mode and started fundraising for the film. We had a successful campaign on Indiegogo, had a great screening.
Yeah.
This is his first film as a solo director, I believe, because we did co-direct a few before that, Nighthawks and a couple other ones as well.
As a young actor, also though just involved in the film industry all around, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you a little bit about what your feelings are about where Maine's at, the state of Maine, when it comes to film. What's been going on with these tax credits? I mean, I feel like you're in there, you're making stuff. You know, you're not able to save the money that other people. I mean, right? Obviously, this affects you as a. It's like it's as if you're a young person with a small business.
Correct.
You're out there, you're hustling. Tell me what your feelings are about the tax credit, the fact that there hasn't been one, all the rest of that.
There needs to be a tax credit in the state. I think that it's the only way for the state of Maine to keep their artists. The state economically could do a lot of things differently for all parts of business, but for film and for theater, we got to help our artists out here. They're going to go to New York. They're going to leave.
Right.
And we have beautiful, beautiful landscape. We have a lot of great locations, and logistically, it would make sense to make films here. Not a lot of traffic.
True.
It looks like an old, like downtown Portland here. It looks like Boston in the 1600s.
Right.
We could do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's that brain drain, and it's. I mean, I don't think there's been a major film here since like the '90s. I mean, it's been a long time, and it's interesting because the locations are great. There's a lot of creativity. I mean, a lot of times they try to say it becomes the cart as ahead of the horse. They say, well, there's not enough infrastructure here. but it's because nobody's putting any money to have the infrastructure here
Yeah.
to actually get things going here in the first place. So it's very difficult for a lot of local actors. You probably find this from a lot of people that you talk to behind the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, they get disappointed because they work so hard, but there's just not that opportunity, and you feel like you have to move away.
Yeah, I think that any artist obviously wants to make a living, and this is Maine's home. My family's here, that's why I'm here. You don't have to get rich.
Right, right.
You know, it'd be nice if we could all make a little bit and take a
Right.
vacation, buy a new car every once in a while.
Right,
I think is everyone's feeling.
The fact that it is so consolidated, but really isn't. I mean, there's places in Canada, they're making movies in Boston. It's
Yeah.
just really about Maine and Augusta and their inability, and that's a very strange thing. Well, I really enjoyed talking to you, Blake. Check out The Hunting Trail. That's going to be on YouTube on Henry Riley Productions.
Yes.
And we can see Blake just about everywhere. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you later. Take care.